Yeah. No. 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 No.
2, 3. Yo, what's happening, y'all? What's happening, man? It's your boy, Willie Beeman, back in the building one more time for another fire episode from the Mirror Check family, aka, the Mirror Check boys. It's your boy, Willie Beeman. It's gonna be some fire we're getting ready to drop on y'all, man. It's a great topic, also a series that a lot of people watch. It's very, very popular, Netflix. So we kind of want to break it down, give you guys our point of view, our review on it, some of our top characters and some things you can take away from it, and also some other stuff that we got, that we took from it as well. But I cannot do this show or this podcast, marketing this brand and pushing this brand without my brother, Ishmael, aka Ish, Mr. Talk That Ish. What's up, my boy?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Just wanna get back on here and share with the people, man. We got a great topic. It's something that we both watched, something that you put me on because I wasn't watching it for a while. And so, but I'm excited for this one. And so, what we're getting ready to share with you guys is a very popular show on Netflix called Cobra Kai. Very, very popular show, man. Stems from, if you watch back in the, 1980s, 1990s, the original Karate Kid, movies, with, Daniel Russo, Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi, the relationship they had, and then if you go back from the latest movie, the battle that he had with, Johnny Lawrence, the scene that they had, and fast forward, and now we have Cobra Kai, from this season, and then you have my boy, Johnny Lawrence, it starts off with him, getting ready to, reopen, Cobra Kai, get back in the field, get things back going.
Wait. Before we get into that, if you haven't watched it, I advise you to watch the show before you watch this episode.
Of course.
Because we don't want to be, give any spoiler alerts. But after you watch all 5 seasons, then come back and watch this show.
Of course.
All right, my bad.
No.
I just wanted to do that.
No, that's a great point.
Because I don't want to ruin anything, like for people that have been saying, hey, I've been wanting to watch it, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of spoil it for them.
That's true.
So, yeah,
that's
ahead.
true.
Yeah, you go ahead and continue.
No, that's true. Yeah, he's right. If you haven't watched it, please go watch all 5 seasons, man, so you have a better understanding of what's going on and, how great this show is, man. I actually got hooked on it, watching from season 1 all the way to season 5. Great show. And so, it starts off, the focal point is, my boy Johnny Lawrence, trying to reopen, Cobra Kai and get back in the field and get things going, but he runs into one of his rivals who he fought in the previous movies, Daniel LaRusso, and runs into him. And, Daniel LaRusso's doing his thing, family man, got his kids, all these different things, and, got the auto business going, in that space, and, enjoying his life, as it seems. But when he finds out that Johnny Lawrence is reopening Cobra Kai, to get it going, now they have this friction, they have this battle, they have this thing going on of, who's better, who's greater, and trying to, figure things out. And so now he's pissed because of the beef that they had prior. Right. So if you don't know the deeper meaning, of course, not only go watch those 5 seasons, but also go back and watch the originals. Right. You can't go wrong with the OGs, when it comes to series and certain movies. And so if that case too, go back and watch the original, Karate Kid, so you get a better revelation of the now tense. And so, yeah, man, that's kind of where it is. And so what's your take on it, man? I just want to kind of give them a backdrop.
All right, so Netflix, they did the right thing by picking up this series. I believe it started off as a YouTube original, and it got so popular that Netflix ended up picking it up. And if I could give it like a 4 out of 5 star rating, I would definitely give it 4.7 stars out of 5. It's just, the stuff that they say, the quotes that have a lot of meaning behind it. Yeah. The character development. If I'm a Karate Kid fan, so I can I'm attached to the storyline. I know exactly about Daniel LaRusso and Sensei Johnny Lawrence. I know about all of them, and Sensei Kreese and John Silver and all of them. I know about all of those. So, right. I'm that's what drew me to the episode is me being a fan of Karate Kid. So, like I said, if I can give it a review, I'll give it 4.7 out of 5 stars, which is dang near perfect.
Oh yeah, basically,
man. yeah. So, what about you, man? What would you rate the show?
I would rate the show. I would probably rate it. I'll go a step above. I'll probably give it, for me, probably a 4.9. Okay. Like a little higher, Yeah. I actually like the plot. Yeah, I like the breakdown. I like the character development with some of the characters. But that's one character that I feel like should get a little bit more development in her role, which is, Sam. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Sam should get a little bit more, of her character development. They should do more with her. And so I don't feel like she really reached her full potential compared to some of the other characters that were on there. Right. So, but other than that, man, I'll give it a 4.9, which is basically almost perfect. Yeah. So for me, like my favorite character in the whole entire series is Sensei Johnny Lawrence. Like he makes it, man. Like he's funny. Like nobody can take this guy serious. Like even though he be serious, like he's always wanting to fight. Like, always.
He don't care if you bigger than him, you stronger than him. He think he can whoop you. True. And that's what I like about him. Like he don't take nothing from nobody. And he's always gonna defend what he cares about. He's a very overlooked individual. Heck, let me take that back. He's a misunderstood character. True. Like a lot of people just like Daniel LaRusso just misunderstands him. His son Robbie misunderstands him. Like even though he be trying to show Robbie love, and Robbie, since he wasn't there for him growing up and everything like that, Robbie doesn't have that connection with him when he's trying to create that bond with Robbie. So it's a lot of friction between father and son because the father was absent. You know, it's a lot of friction between that. But you know, he's my favorite character in the episode. Who is your favorite character? It's probably him too, huh?
No, Johnny. Yeah,
Okay.
Johnny's up there. For me, it'd probably be a 1A and a 1B.
Okay.
But 1A, yeah, it'll probably be Johnny, man. This dude, he don't care about nothing. He do what he want. He say what he want. You know, he's always talking about strike first. You know, he's hardcore. He don't back down. Yeah, no mercy. He don't back down from nobody, no matter who you are, your size, your back, whatever it is. You know, Johnny's that type of character that doesn't back down from anybody. He always willing to get down with you, no matter who it is. It could be 2 people, it could be 3, or it could just be 1. But no, I definitely love Johnny's character. Again, funny dude, man. Funny dude, but he gave some great points. But my B would probably be Hawk, man. Yeah, it'd probably be Hawk. I love his development and his character. Right. You know, and how they showed how you can relate this to life as well. How you can be so consumed with a person that you're really not. You know, that you're portraying to be. You know, if you know, I ain't gonna give too much on that. If y'all watch it, go watch it. But I like his character development and then transitioning back to the person that he was, you know, designed to be, his original version, and walking in that confidence. But I'll probably say Johnny and Hawk, man.
All right, you got your B, so I'm gonna give my B. I'm gonna go with Tori. The reason why I like Tori is because like she came from nothing. Like she's struggling to pay her bills. Man, her mother is sick. She got to take care of her brother and her sick mother. You know, she went to juvie. You know, she's trying to find jobs to support her family, her sick mother, and her brother. She's trying on top of going to school. Yeah. And the only freedom that she has is through Cobra Kai. Like that's when she can just say, you know what, this is just me. I don't have to focus on what's going on with my grandmother. I don't have to focus on what's going on with my brother. I don't have to focus on what's going to school. Every feeling that I have captured inside, I can actually release it. You know, just by doing something I love, which is karate. And you know, just her development, just like from first meeting her, and then till season 5, and how she's trying to fix a lot of wrongs. True. And then nobody's giving her an opportunity to fix all those wrongs because her character was so on the Cobra Kai side. She took that demeanor that Cobra Kai has, and instilled it like in her character. Like, true. She has like this dark side, but after she found out some things went on in a tournament, then she became a different character, and then she started changing. But nobody wants to give her a chance to fully change. True. So that's who I would say is my B is Tori. Yeah. So and
I think I remember from Tori too, like when she first got introduced, to Cobra Kai and to the team, she came in a dog, man. Yeah, she came in a dog with that dog mentality, man. Yeah, like, hey, just because I'm a female, don't think I can't give you the work. Right. Don't think I can't give you this business just because there's a lot of dudes in here, and so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she came in with that chip on the shoulder, like you saying, having those personal life issues, mother being sick, trying to work, trying to pay bills, trying to manage your personal life, but coming in and releasing that stress, through Cobra Kai, having that stress reliever. So yeah, I like Tori too. Yeah, she didn't play no games, man. Well, so for you, I guess to relate it to personal life, what would be a stress reliever for you? Related to how she handled her lifestyle.
Well, mine's is like I like going for a long walk. Like literally, I love like I don't like being in the house all day. Like I hate working from home. I used to like it, but I hate it. And it's like you trapped in the house all day. Now like the sun's going down a little bit early or something like that. And it's like, man, I've been in the house all day. So taking a long walk, bro, and just getting outside the house, that's my stress reliever. Like. Or hanging around family. Like, those are the my two main stress relievers. Like if I'm dealing with something, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take me a walk for about 2.5 hours. Yeah. Or go kick it with my family. Yeah. I wish I knew how to do karate. I wish my parents would have signed me something up. Just be different instead of playing sports. I would love to do karate or something like that. So whenever God blesses me with a child, it might get into karate or something like that, it creates good discipline.
No, yeah, real good discipline.
And of course, self-defense, like
Mm-hmm.
with bullying being at an all-time high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're going to use any tactics or anything to hurt someone, but at least they can defend themselves. If push come to shove, they could defend themselves. So yeah, a lot of discipline and self-defense. I feel like everybody should know those tactics.
Yeah.
Discipline and then also self-defense.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about you?
My stress reliever will probably be, of course, walking through the parks, getting that walk in, or it could just be, chilling by a poolside or, a lake.
Water. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta be around some water, man. Water.
That's us cancers, baby.
Yeah.
Cancer boys.
Yeah, that water gives me peace, man.
Yes, sir.
I did it recently when we just moved into our new apartment. The way they got the setup outside with the canopy and the chairs.
Oh, I seen your story.
My story.
Okay,
I think it was a Friday. I just got off of work, man. I was just sitting there chilling, man. Peaceful. The apartments, the area was peaceful, and so I was sitting there chilling, man, and allow myself to decompress, from a long day of work or a long week of work, and so yeah, it can probably be my main one, man. Bring around water. And of course, I also dance. Y'all know that. Yeah. That's my other one.
So why you ain't mention your wife?
I had to put me on the spot, Now, of course, Tamika,
I got a joke.
No, of course, Tamika, she definitely is. She had me rolling, man, when I come to the house.
Yeah.
And also, like we talked about in some of our previous episodes, those healthy conversations, having with one another. It can be anything, any topic, and so, and my wife is definitely a part of that, stress relief and just coming
Shout
home.
out to you, Tamika. What's up, sis?
Hey, yeah. But no, she's definitely in there, man. All those coming together,
Right.
helps me decompress. We need that, man.
For sure.
But speaking of that, I kind of want to go back to how you were talking about, the bullying and what's going on, in the schooling and kids being bullied, turning that into them being picked on too much to where they, could possibly commit suicide or might try to turn against parents or whatever the case may be. I want to correlate that to another young cat that you guys see in Cobra Kai, my boy Kenny.
Yes, my boy.
Kenny Payne, man, of how, with his character, being introduced to Cobra Kai and seeing how they do things and their demeanor, no mercy, strike first, because he was being bullied, in high school and, trying to figure out how to get through it, man, and it was getting the best of him. So like, man, I got to figure out an outlet to try to express myself and defend myself, like you mentioned. And because of that, I think a lot of times when we go through life, we can allow things to consume us to where it takes us, out of our character. With his character as well, when he, got into Cobra Kai, learning their habits and their disciplines and picking up that mindset, it got the best of him.
Yeah.
And he allowed it to really, really consume him, and we started to see a different side of him compared to the person that he was. And so I think that relates to life as well, man. When we allow stuff to get the best of us, it can turn us into a whole different person, man. So yeah.
So it'll turn that light that you used to have that shines to something dim.
Oh man.
So that's his character. It's like he was getting bullied so much that he just didn't know what else to do. Like he got introduced to Cobra Kai, and I mean it changed him.
Yeah.
He became more aggressive. Like the person that was bullying him, he became the bully now.
True.
Like, he became the aggressor. It just changed his whole entire character. So that can happen in real life. Like
true.
Like you said, a child can either commit suicide or they can use whatever that the bullying was bullying them for. They can use that and turn it against them and use that as a form of aggression to attack back. You know what I'm saying? So retaliate. So I mean, bullying is at an all-time high.
Yes, it is.
Sit down and talk to your child. Let them know, hey, bullying is not cool. Bully, and just let them know, just like, discipline your child for bullying. Like, I don't want your child to have the system discipline them. Discipline, it starts at home.
Oh yeah, big
So
facts.
if you can get a hold of your child, at home and instill in them, hey, this is how you go about this. you don't bully anybody. You want to treat somebody how you want to be treated. You know, they always used to tell us that in school, treat somebody how you want to be treated.
Yes, sir.
Like, I think they got away from that point. Just in school in general, not even in school, just in life. Like, people don't understand, like, that's another human being. Like, you don't understand how people deal with different things. Like, you don't know what that person is going through. So you may be bullying them, and that just might be the push over the edge to make them commit that suicide or attempt to do a suicide, or, you know, even hurt somebody else. Just because they can't get a hold of, or they can't hurt their bullier. They might hurt their parents, they may hurt their siblings, they may hurt, you know, other friends. So it has a big domino effect. So we got to take bullying seriously. And I think, you know, Cobra Kai does a good job of showing bullies and how a bully can change. Like Daniel LaRusso's son, he was a bully, and then all of a sudden he changed.
He changed.
You know, and he tried to become friends with Kenny, but Kenny wouldn't allow it because he was tired of getting bullied, and then he made that energy that Daniel LaRusso's son was giving him. He turned it and retaliated against him. It's like, nah, I can't forgive you for that. You bullied me too long. I was like, he couldn't forgive him for it, and he ended up becoming a darker character.
Really dark character.
So let's talk about this upcoming season. Give us some predictions, man. What you think gonna happen in season 6?
Season six.
Or what do you want to happen in season 6? It could be predictions or what you want to happen. What do you think?
What I want to really see happen, I definitely want to see Daniel and Johnny really come together, man, as brothers.
Yes.
Lay aside their differences, whatever happened in the past, let the past be the past, man, and come together, you know, as brothers, and mix both of their, you know, karate styles and find a way to work together, man.
Right.
To where both styles can correlate and you guys can, you know, become top dogs and become one of the, you know, the top karate, you know, classes and organizations, whatever they may look like. And so that's definitely something I want to see, you know, from some of the episodes of course, season 5, you know, them trying to work it out and going back and forth and talking over each other, and this won't work or that won't work. So that's definitely something I really want to see, Johnny and Daniel coming together. Right. Putting aside their differences. What's something you want to see?
See, to piggyback on yours, I'm gonna steal your word, piggyback. I really think in this season they will put aside their differences. Like, if you really look at it, like when they first joined forces, that like Daniel and Johnny, they was teaching each other their karate style. And if you remember when Daniel's son got suspended from school, he got more aggressive with him. It was a more aggression side. He was like attack first. Like he became the aggressor to discipline his child. He got that from Johnny. And Johnny, when Johnny was fighting, he fight more on the defensive side. Now he got that from Daniel. So they learn each other, and then then now they're instilling it in their students. Like they're saying, you know, like when Sam was fighting. And they was like, okay, I'm using Miyagi style, and he was like, no, use Eagle Fang style. And then she was like, okay, she was using that, but she was still getting because Eagle Fang is basically a branch of Cobra Kai. So she was like, oh yeah, she knows that too because she was taught that as well. And then she combined both of them, you know. And they was like, what style was that? She said, oh, it's from Sensei Lawrence and Sensei, you know, LaRusso. So basically, she combined both of them. So I think all the students will end up combining both of their styles, and then I think they'll gel together. But what I like to see is, I would like to see Hilary Swank come back, Julie Pierce.
Okay.
Reason why is because you know, if you was watching the '90s Karate Kid, she was the main character.
Right.
She basically took over for Daniel LaRusso, and she was the main character. And I would like for her to, she don't even have to become a sensei, just come back to the valley and just teach the kids, you know, karate, and teach her what Mr. Miyagi taught her, you know, because she taught some things, she learned some things from Mr. Miyagi that Daniel didn't learn. And I think that will correlate, you know, with the show very perfectly. Get all of Mr. Miyagi's students to come back, and they all have one common goal: is to, hey, we need to end Cobra Kai because it's causing too much damage in the valley.
True.
I would love to see that, and then I also love to see Sensei Kim, who is, if you watched it, Sensei Silver invited her to be one of the senseis over the Cobra Kai branches.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see her take over one of the Cobra Kai because Sensei Silver has been arrested. I would love her to see take it over, and then probably invite more women into Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, she only has like one girl since Tori is no longer in Cobra Kai.
Right.
She only has one girl in there, and I feel like if she gets more women in there, then they can join forces and take on Tori and Sam. You know, so I can have this little, okay, not so much of focusing on the men, like the women, you know, get pushed to the forefront as well. So you have more character development for Sam. Sam lacks that character development, but I feel like if she had more than one rival, then she'll be better developed, in my opinion.
Makes sense.
So that's something that I would love to see happen.
Yeah, and also on that side too, I would definitely like to also see Tori and Sam, you know, hopefully come together too.
I think that's gonna happen.
And set aside their differences, you know, as well. Because when she found out, you know, when Tori told her, you know, that she won that match unfairly, of course, you know, Silva, you know, paid the ref to get that match won for her, and she found out, she was pissed. She was pissed, man. She wasn't having it, and so I think that left a wound that she really didn't heal from, and so I definitely like to see them come together and work that out.
Do you want Tori to join Miyagi-Do? Whatever they're gonna name it when Johnny and Daniel Caban, would you like to see her join Miyagi-Do?
I'd like to see Tori join. I actually would, because after that, when she, you know, finally found out the truth and the truth was exposed, I felt like she was trying to change and get everybody to understand her perspective. Like, hey, I know now. I know the truth. Let me share it with you guys. But because of her past and how she was, they weren't trying to accept her. But I definitely would like to see, you know, her be a part of them. She's a great fighter. I said, she came in a dog man with a chip on her shoulder, and so all them teaming together and her and Sam working it out. They can be deadly.
I think what happened is she will join whatever they decide to name their Caban dojo, because they gotta have one single name to join the Taikai, whatever that is. Taikai. That tournament, which is the world's biggest karate tournament, they gotta go under one name.
Right.
But I think her seeing Robbie's change, like he was in Cobra Kai, how aggressive he was. They was basically like the same character, like this dark character.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when he went back to Miyagi Eagle Fame, whatever you want to call it, he changed. Like he became more of he became the protagonist, if you so to speak. Instead of antagonist, he was a protagonist. So I think with them dating, and now she's been around Robbie a little bit more, and then being around Sam, since she kind of understand what happened, I think she'll change and she'll end up joining whatever they want to call it, dojo.
Tori.
Banzai, I don't know, Banzai dojo or something like that. And then they have an eagle inside of the Banzai or something.
They're gonna figure it out somehow.
Figure something out. But also I would love to see what's the name? Mike Barnes. You know, he was part of the original Cobra Kai. I would love for him to see him actually come in and teach the kids. Like he's more so like he can fight, but he's more so a physical person. Like he'd like to use his physical strength. Like if you watching some episode, he tackle people and stuff.
He was
like if he can't you know kick or punch you, he gonna tackle you.
He's a brawler.
So he more so get you on the ground and I'm gonna knock you out while you're on the ground. It's more so like a jiu-jitsu style of fighting that he likes to take on. And then man, I can't forget my boy, man, Sensei Kreese. You know, since he, you know, broke out of the little jail he was in, you know, I don't think he's going to join any side anymore. I think his objective is to go after Silver now.
Silver. That's a great point. I can see that
because all the stuff that Silver caused him to go through, like he's in jail because of Silver. Like
True.
Silver lies. Silver took over. The only thing that he had was Cobra Kai. Like Silver took everything from him.
Yeah.
So I think his only objective is to get revenge on Silver. And I also think, I've been telling you this for a while, I really truly believe that Kreese is Johnny's father. Reason why I say that is, think about it. If you watched Karate Kid, who was his favorite student? Who was his favorite pupil? The student. It was Johnny Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're watching the show, he straight up told Johnny, "I did everything for you. It's because I care about you. You're my favorite student." Everything he did, he always tried to protect Johnny. Like even when Silver was beating him up, that's enough. Leave him alone. Like he literally stepped in, and then Silver was like, "Your weakness is Johnny Lawrence."
He did say that too.
Like he told him, he said, everybody has a weakness, and your weakness is Johnny Lawrence. So to me, it's just building up to say, okay, this is this man's father. And then I think once that reveals itself, then of course Johnny Lawrence is gonna have an issue with it. You left my mom and she had to go with Sid, and you used to be so aggressive with me and all this other stuff, and you created me the way you did and all this other stuff. And I know it's just gonna cause a lot of issues, but at the end of the day, I think they're gonna overcome those issues. And then probably Kreese will probably end up joining whatever dojo they have and kind of teaching the students something more so on the. I think Kreese also knows a form of karate that he didn't teach anybody. Like
that's a good
idea.
idea.
Because like he was fighting when he was in the military. Like him and Silver was in the military, and Silver learned this different style of karate, this more aggressive side. And I think Kreese learned it as well, but he just didn't teach anybody. He didn't even teach Johnny Lawrence it because it was just a dark side of karate. Like I think now, his objective is to defeat Silver, and he'll go back and teach it. Say, hey, this is what Silver learned. And since Silver taught Cobra Kai, now he's in jail. Those kids know his style. You remember he taught Kenny, like he was punching the guy in the chest, and it's just like it's over. He done took his breath away. Like it was nothing that he can do. I think he know that style as well. He just didn't want to never teach it. He didn't want to become the aggressive. He was already aggressive, no mercy person, but he just didn't want that side of his fighting to be, because it's like cheating, so to speak. He don't like to cheat as he got older, but when he was younger, he was like, take him out. Anything to win. But like as he got older and started building connections with these characters, I feel like he don't want to cheat. Like you remember at the end of the episode in the tournament, he was like, Tori's like, I don't know what else to do. I'm doing everything. She knows this style of karate, whatever. And he was like, do whatever you want, do whatever. Like, and then Silver looked at him. It's like, yeah, he's getting soft. He's getting soft. He's starting to get feelings on these characters and stuff like that. So
it's true.
So that's why I really think that's gonna happen. Like it's gonna be revealed that he is Johnny Lawrence's father.
I'm the pappy.
Yeah. I really think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, he really paid attention. Yeah, he really protected Johnny, man. And he kept giving him opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Like, hey, I'm giving you opportunity to come back. But Johnny wasn't trying to hear it, man. So he really paid attention to the show. Yeah, he gave him multiple opportunities to come back. So that could be a valid point, bro. So, I also want to see too. I want to see Chosen a little bit. I want to see him more too. I want to see Chosen more in this next season. Chosen was a beast, man. And also that style that he kept from Daniel that he showed him when he went back home to visit. Had him numb, man. I was like, oh my goodness, where did this come from? So I definitely would like to see more Chosen, man. I like Chosen's character. He was a cool dude. He could fight too.
Man, I'm sitting here looking at like all the quotes he was like texting me that there's like some dope quotes.
we gotta drop them.
You know what I'm saying? From Cobra Kai, man, they be giving some dope quotes like
what you got there, man? I know I sent you a couple.
Man, it's a lot of them, man. Man, but yeah, Chosen said, if an enemy insists on war, then you take, wait a minute. If an enemy insists, where'd it go? Okay, here it go. If an enemy insists on war, then you take away their ability to wage it. Like Chosen said something like that.
Yeah.
So what you feel about that, man? I like that quote.
Say that. Let me hear that again from Chosen.
Yeah, he says, if an enemy insists on war, then you take away their ability to wage it.
Ooh, yeah, that's a deep quote, man. That's a deep quote. I think it just boils down to, finding, a strategy to make sure that, the enemy doesn't have the upper hand on you.
Yes,
always being ahead, always thinking ahead, always moving ahead. And so when they showed that scene with him and, Daniel Russo fighting,
Right.
man, he got the best of him. Daniel was shook.
Right, yeah.
He was like, man, where did this
Real
come
talk,
from?
real
I
talk.
never learned this. Mr. Miyagi never taught me this. And so, yeah, you always got to have the upper hand on the enemy. So that's kind of the revelation that I take, from that point, man. Yeah, give him nothing.
Yeah, you text me this other one too. He says, sometimes you don't realize you're still not whole until the wound is reopened.
Ooh.
Again,
Man.
sometimes you don't realize you're not whole until the wound is reopened.
Man, what?
That's deep right there.
That's
That
deep.
is
I don't
deep.
even know what scene I got.
That is deep. I think it was I think somebody was talking to Sam. You remember, but she was trying to go back to school, and then she was like, she didn't know how to she didn't know how to handle it or whatever.
Right.
And then somebody that said, hey, I don't know who told her that quote. I think it was probably her. It was either Daniel or her mother. I can't remember. But somebody told her that quote. I believe that's from that scene.
Nah, I think you hitting it on the money because I think I did take it from Sam because this was at the time to where her and Tori, after they had that fighting scene in the school,
Right.
And Tori, cut her with the what was that one of those things called?
Little things.
Yeah, sliced her, man. I think
Spikes.
Yeah, whatever spikes she had on from that battle, and then trying to move forward. And then she sees Tori, multiple times after that. And then I think there's another scene where they were in some type of, I don't know if it's an arcade or something like that. And she froze up.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, she
Out of
froze.
fear,
Out of fear, man. Like, dang, I can't do this. My people out here getting beat up, and I'm afraid to go out here because this is the chick that, wounded me in the previous battle. And so that fear kicked in. And so, yeah, that's you're right. It happened. That came from Sam's character.
Like, man, they got a lot of niggas in this show, man. Like, you probably have to sit there and really listen. Like,
Yeah.
it's like some real dope quotes.
Man.
Like, in that boy, it's like stuff that you can even apply to your own life. Like,
Man.
Daniel dropping nuggets, and people, like I said, people think Johnny Lawrence is a joke, but like, if you listen to him talk about certain things, like, he be sharing some good nuggets too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then of course you got Amanda, Miss LaRusso.
Oh, yeah.
She be dropping nuggets too.
Yeah, she dropped gems.
Especially like when she talking to Tori about her daughter, like, and she didn't understand what Tori was going through.
Yeah.
And she all of a sudden she understood and kind of became like a mentor, so to speak, from a distance, because she didn't want her daughter to know, hey, I'm actually talking to Tori, who is your biggest rival.
Right.
I'm trying to help her through some of her situations and stuff like that. But man, that's crazy. Nobody didn't mention Miguel. The main fighter out of all of them. Like, nobody mentioned Miguel. Like, can't forget my boy Miguel.
Nah,
man, he's been through a lot, bro.
Yeah, can't forget Miguel.
And speaking of Miguel, man, I really think in season 6 that since he went and visited Mexico to see who his father was, he met his father, but he never told his father who he was. He was trying to tell him, but he never. His father either interrupted me with a phone call or just didn't want to listen to it or whatever. But I think his father's going to do some research on him since he told him, hey, I want an all-valley person. And he's going to he going to see the last name and he's going to put 2 to 2 together.
Yeah.
And like, okay, he came to visit me. I used to date this woman, and in California, because he said he used to live in California, and he gonna put 2 to 2 together and say, okay, that's my son, and he's gonna go over there and visit his son, and then that's gonna cause another different battle, like, because Miguel finally experienced how aggressive he was and why his mother was saying avoid him. Don't go down there and see him.
Right.
And now, his daddy was probably tied up in some type of cartel or something like that. Now all of a sudden, he's gonna try to come back and now Johnny is gonna have to defend his new family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I feel
that's
like
good.
Johnny and Robbie, this is where it's gonna truly come down. I think Robbie is gonna end up defending Miguel. Like since now they had a friendship,
Right.
that now they like brothers, and that will eventually become brothers. But I think Robbie is going to end up defending more so Miguel, protecting Miguel, and vice versa. Miguel's going to protect, Robbie from anything. So I think that's what's going to go down too.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially, they came to a point to where they finally hashed it
out.
out.
Yeah,
They fought it out, man. They fought
Thank
it
you,
out.
Johnny.
No mercy.
Yeah.
Strike first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just going back to Johnny's character, man. It's another powerful thing that he said too. Like we saying, y'all gotta really, really pay attention to the show. A lot of gems they be dropping. It was a scene when I believe his car got burned up or something. No, not burned up.
Which one? Yeah, one of them got burned up.
Yeah, that's right. And he gave him the what was it, the Dodge Challenger?
Yeah, he gave him a Challenger.
Gave him a Challenger, and then right after they, driving around, test driving the Challenger, they went to the bar. They sitting at the bar, they chopping it up, stuff like that. And Daniel was like, man, knowing you, back then, I thought, you were the coolest kid. You had the nice clothes, you had the big house, had all this going on. And I think that one thing that Johnny said that was so profound. He was like, yeah, I do have a nice house, but just because I have a nice house doesn't mean everything's on the inside of the house is nice.
Right,
I was like, whoo!
Yeah.
And to me, that was revelation because, from a spiritual perspective, man, that house, represents us as an outward appearance. But little do we know, it's a lot of stuff that go on inside that people don't see. The messiness, the fear, the doubt, the worry, the anger, the hatred, a lot of stuff that people don't see on the inside from physically. And so when he dropped that, man, I'm like, wow, that makes sense. Because just because you got a house that look nice on the outside, you go on the inside, it can be jacked up.
I can actually relate to that because I remember on the second episode of Mirror Moments where I said I would put on this suit and I would go out in public and just like throw on this front, but inside I was dying. Basically, I was just like not who I was trying to put on something that I wasn't.
Big facts.
We tend to women makeup our put on makeup and all this other stuff and try to hide our struggles, our pain,
true,
and stuff like that. But if you really truly connected to a person, you see that even though they're trying to hide it, you see it, you sense it, and you'll try to say, hey, you'll pull them aside and say, hey, what's going on? And you try to dig down to the root cause and try to help find a solution for it. I think him building that relationship with Daniel will help him heal and try to restore some of the relationships that he damaged.
That's good.
And then also like Sid is his mother married Johnny's mother married Sid, and Sid was like the caretaker of Johnny, and then Sid basically cut him off, and he's rich, he got money and all this other stuff. Rest in peace, Sid. He actually died.
Yeah, rest in peace. Mm-hmm.
And Johnny basically said, "I don't need you. I don't want you," because just basically how he treated him as a child.
Yeah,
he didn't like it. So I think that stems from how Johnny treats people.
Yeah,
because how he was treated.
Big
that's
facts.
why he was treated. That's why he was treating people like that. But I really do like that quote because, like I said, I personally went through that stuff. Like my home need my home was this fake place. It was the outside, but the inside, man, it was just.
Man, people knew, man.
Yeah. Only certain people knew, but I didn't want the world to know.
Right, of course.
My struggles that I was fighting, and my demons that I had to overcome, my trials, my tribulation. I didn't want anybody to do that. I mean, to know about that. So, man.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most profound quotes that stood out because we all see Johnny's character as crazy, don't care, do whatever you want to do. But I think at that moment when I heard that, man, I was like, dang, that dude makes sense. If we compare that to our own lives, man, we got, we can put on the best suit, we can put on the makeup, we can get the fresh haircut, we had a fresh pair of J's on, stilettos, whatever the case may be. But on the inside, man, you broken, man. You got some stuff that's going on the inside that a lot of people don't know about. And so, when I heard that spoke volume.
Damn, that's crazy. We ain't mentioned We ain't mention
Who else we forgetting?
Dimitri.
Ah, yeah.
We ain't mention
Forgot about Dimitri. Yeah.
Carmen, you know, Miguel mother.
Yeah, Carmen. Yeah, Carmen was funny. She was cool.
But Dimitri, man, you know, he's a nerd. You know, and people used to bully him. Like,
True.
even Hawk started bullying him. And
True.
Hawk is his best friend.
Best friend, man.
And he ended up bullying him, and all of a sudden he started taking on karate, and all of a sudden, you know, he started getting popularity. He even got the girl that he wanted.
Right.
You know, even though she bullied him, even though they date each other, but he'll do anything in the world for that woman. But you know, he was getting bullied, and then he ended up taking karate and defending himself, and now him and Hawk have mended their relationship, and they best of friends again.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. I love his development as well.
Yeah. We forgot
His
about
girl is Yasmin. She looks weird. She's a bully. She was bullying Aisha. When she was putting in, she looked like a pig, and she was bullying her too.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We forgot who was.
Raymond,
Oh,
aka Stingray. He was funny.
Man, this dude probably about everybody is in high school in this series. Stingray is somebody's dad.
Man.
He probably about 35. He wants to be a part of Cobra Kai so bad.
So bad.
Like, he would do anything to be a part of Cobra Kai, even lie and get people arrested and all that other stuff, man. He is funny.
Yeah.
He is funny.
Raymond's funny.
Yeah,
Man.
he is.
Who else we
Who
forget?
else? Rest in peace, Tommy. He was one of the guys that, I think he died in real life too.
Oh, Tommy?
Yeah, you remember he had the cancer?
Yeah, Tommy.
I think he died in real life too.
Yeah, Tommy.
We mentioned Aisha.
We forgot about Sean Payne.
Oh yeah,
Kenny, older brother.
Yeah,
Sean.
He locked up, man. Yeah, I think eventually he gonna get out and he gonna join Robbie too, because they became good friends. He told him to watch out for his brother. You know what I'm saying?
He did, yeah.
And I think they're gonna end up becoming good friends too, and he gonna come out and help Cobra Kai as well. Help his brother become, you know, his brother has so much anger and built up, and I think his brother's gonna help him release all that anger and stuff like that, and learn how to fight without the anger, without the revengeful spirit that he has.
True.
And
Channel it a different way.
Right, it's gonna make him a better character. You know what I'm
I can
saying?
see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, I would advise y'all to go watch all 5 seasons of Cobra Kai, man. Very great series. It's on Netflix. The first 5 seasons. Maybe, I don't know if season 6 will be the last. It sounds like it may be the last. For this cast, it may create other characters and have other people have major roles, and maybe Kenny steps up and becomes like the face of the show or something. I don't know, because they're actually getting old. They're like 26, and so they can't continue to play high school people.
Right. Makes
you know,
sense.
Tori has mentioned that she's like, hey, we getting too old to be still in high school. So I think they'll end up either developing them into they becoming senseis and everything like that, or you know, just continue to show with the younger cast.
Yeah.
Something like Degrassi does. Shout out Degrassi. Shout out Drake.
Hey.
But yeah, man. That's our review and what we think is gonna happen on Cobra Kai. Like I said, y'all check out that show. It is on Netflix. It has been on Netflix for like 2 years. The last season was just released in September, which is season 5.
Right.
And I'm not sure when season 6 will be released, but I'm pretty sure Netflix will let you know, because I think that's one of their most watched shows on Netflix. So yeah, man, we really do appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to our review of Cobra Kai. Once again, it's on Netflix, and we would love for y'all to do us a favor. Go to our website, www.checkyourmirror.com, and register. If you have a Twitter, please follow us, because we're going to start opening up Twitter spaces. And
Yes,
we're going to
sir.
have these conversations with people. Follow us on Twitter, MirrorCheck_. It's the same on TikTok. So follow us on there. Also, we're going to have these private rooms on Facebook. Go on our Facebook, MirrorCheck.Podcast. Go follow us on there, and we'll let you know ahead of time when we're going to open up these private rooms and just have a conversation, talk about whatever topic that we come up with, or we will probably do like a poll or something like that, and have the people vote, and we'll talk about that topic. And also, of course, go like and subscribe our YouTube channel, MirrorCheck.Podcast. We need you. We need your support. We need you. We need your likes. We need your shares. We need your subscriptions. We need it all to help us have a greater impact around the world. Man. We're trying to change some lives. We're trying to, be an outreach. We're trying to show the love of Christ to all people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have to be an extension of Him, and only way we can do that is if we're able to use our voice and our platform to be able to impact other people's lives.
Most definitely.
You got anything you want to add to it?
Oh man, that's everything. I appreciate you guys. Like I always say, following, our brand and, allowing us to build with you guys and build the relationships and, continue to give you guys these visuals, which some of you guys been asking for. So we always want to always put a face with the name and,
yes, sir.
Just, sticking with us and rocking with us, man. We got a lot of great things in store, man, that we working on. And so, yeah, man, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys listening to our reviews on this great show. We're excited to what season 6 is going to take up. And so we'll probably come back, man, maybe do a part 2 for season 6,
I think we will.
Yeah, we can do
I think we will
do a part 2, man. Yeah, it's a great show. Yeah, he been telling me to watch it for a while. So when I first started watching, I got hooked. So yeah, I love it. Great show.
We're gonna have to do one of these on All American and All American.
Oh
yeah,
we gotta do them.
We got to.
Yeah.
We just gotta finish watching this new season that came out.
That's true.
Season 2 for Homecoming. I think it's season 5, if I'm not mistaken, for All American.
Yeah.
Great show. Show. So yeah, we need to sit down and have one of these reviews and basically talk about what we want to happen in a new season and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I like them both.
Yeah, me too.
I like them both.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. We want to thank y'all for tuning to this episode. We will be back on Wednesday at 12 p.m. noon Central Standard Time. All right, y'all be blessed.
Peace.